Nityanandam. This is Ma Nitya Oviananda talking to you once again from Bengaluru, Aadheenam. So today I wanted to talk to you about why I became an Aadheenavasi. What is an Aadheenavasi? Essentially, it is somebody that lives around an enlightened master. But in our case, we're living around the Avatar, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nityananda. The difference is so vast, but I'll briefly describe what an avatar is. An avatar is basically superconsciousness that lands in a human body. And his purpose is to radiate enlightenment, to share the powers of Sadashiva, and to raise the consciousness of humanity as a whole. So in our case, there has never been anybody like our Swamiji, as we like to call him. He is basically speaking to thousands and thousands of people. He's reaching thousands of people, helping their lives, healing them, giving them these powers, which we call, and I'll talk more about that later. And he's basically little by little raising the consciousness of the planet. And it's moving and moving quicker and quicker like a snowball. But I wanted to go back and describe why I became part of his mission. See, what is a person like me, a person from Chicago, USA, living out their life like everybody else, having a job, paying the bills, getting a house, all those things, looking for love. Everything that you think you need to do in life, you think that's all there is. That's the ultimate. Let's have a nice house, let's have great money, let's go on vacation. You think that's all there is. And I used to think that also. But I always felt that something was missing. Something very profound was missing, and I felt very unsettled. But again, I went on with life as everybody does, and I kept moving. Then one day, I decided to watch a video by Swamiji. And something about it just clicked with me. And it just immediately clicked with me, and I began to watch his daily satsangs, as they're called. Every day he comes online and speaks to the world. I mean, it just touched me. Everything he was saying, I felt like he was speaking directly to me. Something deeply touched me. So then I did one of his programs within a few months in Ohio. There's various temples around the United States and the world, Nityananda Vedic temples. And I went there to do one of the programs, a weekend program. And during that program, I had a complete transformation. Not only did I have a Kundalini awakening, which I read much about it and I know what I was experiencing, that feeling of energy moving in my system, but I also quit drinking. I had a major drinking problem. And it just completely dropped from me after taking that program. I no longer needed it. And during one of the processes, I actually had a vision of Swamiji taking my hand and leading me into the cosmos. It was as if I was floating with him and walking into the stars. And it was such a real thing. It wasn't just like a dream, like I felt I was there. And I just had a deep connection with him from that point. And I knew then that I needed to come here and do the Inner Awakening program, which is a 21-day residential program that you do directly with him. So the whole group is there. You learn directly from Swamiji, and every day you have an opportunity to go up to him and speak to him, ask him questions, and get his darshan, which is what he gives as darshan and initiation, transferring his energy from him to you. Anyway, we'll talk more about that again. So I came then after about 9 months to do that program. And as soon as I walked in this place, it is such a beautiful environment. It is set on 1,000 acres, at least. And all around is open land and sky, and all the beautiful nature is here. And I remember the sun was just coming up and the sky was pink, and it was almost time for satsang. So I hurried and dropped my bags in the dormitory, and I ran into the hall where satsang was going to be. And already they started with the puja, and Swamiji was sitting there. And when I walked in, the incense was there, and everybody was chanting, and the bells was going. And I looked at him, and he was on the stage, and I just saw him. I couldn't even describe. It was as if a mist was surrounding him, a golden mist. That is how he looked. He was in this golden mist, as if a fog was around him on the stage. And he just looked like golden shining there, sitting there. And I just was completely in awe. I felt like completely disarmed and open, as if I was a kid. And I felt completely just connected to him, as if I found what I was looking for. And I kept feeling in that program that I need to live here. This is my life. And I felt deeply touched and connected to him in a way that you can't experience. Some people might say, oh, love at first sight, it was the ultimate, I met him. And this goes completely beyond that, because it hits you in the heart. And not only the heart, but deeper level inside your being. There are no words to describe it, but you just know it's there. That's all. Just as you know you're alive in the body, you know that's there. It's part of you. It was such a deep experience for me, and I just knew that my life was this. Finally, I found something what I was looking for. And not only that level, but in another level, Swamiji is reaching out to the entire world just to give them even the things that he's teaching, the techniques that he's teaching, the energy he's giving people as they come here. He's trying to help each individual as they are, as and where they are in their life. And what better way to spend your life than to be part of that mission? Because it's only for the good of humanity. It's only for the good of people. And that's what we're doing here. Swamiji says something, not quite a quote, but he speaks about how money does not make a mission. It's the people. It's bringing the people together, bringing the community together. He's creating an enlightened civilization here, which is something that hasn't been done for eons. We're part of a new world here. He's creating new species. He's creating a new species in the sense that all of the 400 powers listed in the ancient texts, the Agamas, written by, actually spoken by Sadashiva and then collected, spoken by Sadashiva himself. Can you imagine divinity in the form delivering his message to the world thousands of years ago? And we're digging all of this up in the ancient scriptures, written in Sanskrit, and Swamiji's getting all of it translated. He's already been teaching all these things, and he's only confirming it by showing the scriptures. Imagine being part of such a thing. Sometimes I almost feel like, Indiana Jones. I'm part of some great adventure and some great unknown. Who knows what will happen at any moment with him. It's such a beautiful space and place to be in. And what I do here is I'm working in Nityananda University and the division of Nityananda University Press. So basically all the publications that go out of Swamiji's satsangs and all of what he's doing here, it all gets recorded into books. And what I'm taking on is I'm calling all creative people who can paint, write, do digital artwork such as Photoshop, InDesign, who can make books, do layouts, photographers, all creative people. Because this place is amazing for one. It's a place for enlightenment. If you're a seeker and you're in that category, if you're doing artwork and you're just trying to make money and you don't know why and you're not fulfilled, then you need to come here, because what you're doing here is actually contributing to a greater vision, a greater mission, which is Swamiji's mission. And not only that, when you connect with him and you understand that feeling, that energy that runs through you, you can describe that in beautiful artworks. Creating just beautiful murals and all about what's going on here, what he's doing, the transferring of energy from the disciple from the guru to the disciple. All of these things need to be shown so people can understand. And the Agamas are the stories that are recorded, what Sadashiva has told. The actual enlightenment living, the lifestyle, has been given to us by Sadashiva. That needs to be shown to people. How to do this and that. How can we visualize that? How can we create that to explain to people and show them the beauty of the Vedic tradition, how rich and vast it is. It is such an amazing opportunity for many people to come here. So please, see the link at the bottom of this YouTube. Take a look at that and sign up. And any questions, you contact me directly, either through message here or through the email. I'll be glad to talk to you and share more with you about my experiences here. But if you're a seeker and you want to change your life, if you're looking for something more in life, if you're actually looking to live life at a deeper level, to get into the core of who you are, why you're here, then you really need to come, and you really need to go into that inner exploration and find out what is there. Thank you very much for joining me today. I will see you again soon. Nityanandam.